RMT Entertainment.
Well, today we'll be bringing you a Destruction Sword deck profile. So let's get started. Okay, first of all, for the monsters, we play 3 Buster Whelp of the Destruction Swordsman. This card is the main card of the deck. When it's normal summon, you could add a Destruction Sword card from your deck to your hand. It has 2 other effects where you can tribute this card and special summon 1 Buster Blader from your graveyard or your hand. Or, if this card is in your graveyard and you control Buster Blader, you can discard 1 Destruction Sword monster and special summon this card from your graveyard. So, this is for getting into Buster Dragon and any other synchros you want. Next, we play 3 Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. He is usually when you normal summon Whelp, you search this guy. You can equip him to a Buster Blader and special summon him. So that's you use your normal summon on Whelp, and then you equip him to the Buster Blader you summon with Whelp. And then you go into Buster Dragon and special summon your Buster Blader back from your graveyard. He also, when he's equipped to a Buster Blader, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. So that's pretty good. Each of these little Destruction Sword cards locks down a specific meta deck. Next we play 2 Wizard Buster Destruction Sword. A lot of people only play this at 1 because it's iffy, but I played it 2 because you can equip it to Buster Blader and then send it to the graveyard and add a Destruction Sword. Is it monster or card? Destruction Sword monster from your graveyard to your hand, which is you want that to get Buster Whelp back to your hand. And while he's equipped to a Buster Blader, your opponent cannot activate card effects in the graveyard. So that stops Cosmos. So if you blow up your opponent's Dark Destroyer, which is actually it's fulfilling. It's fulfilling to do that. His effect that special summons a level 7 or lower?
Yeah, level 7.
Level 7 or lower from the deck does not go off, so you're safe there. Next, I play 1 Buster Blader, the Destruction Swordsman, or Swordmaster. He is searchable off of Whelp. He's only a Buster Blader on the field and in the graveyard, it's iffy. I would play him at 2 or 3 if he was a Buster Blader in the hand, probably 3, because he would be you can't summon him off of Whelp's effect from your hand. And when he's equipped, when an opponent's monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can select 1 monster and equip it to him, and you can unequip a monster and blow up all monsters of that type.
Can you really?
Yeah, you can. It's pretty
Wow.
great.
Just so excited.
That is fucking amazing.
I don't know if other people have noticed that, but each of these, the reason these little guys all have different types. These are Dragon, this is Spellcaster, the other is Machine, is because it lets you blow up those types without having to blow up an opponent's monster first. And then, next one is Robot Buster Destruction Sword. I only play him at 1 because he's the least useful out of all the Destruction Sword cards. I shouldn't say that. Karma Cut isn't very useful. That's why I don't play it. But he's the least useful out of the monsters. When he's equipped to Buster Blader, your opponent cannot activate spell trap cards that are already face up on the field. And you can unequip him, and the card he's equipped to gains 1,000 attack until the end turn. Or until the end phase. Yeah. Then we play 3 Buster Blader, which is pretty obvious because he's the other main card of the deck. You kind of need him to run the deck. He gains 500 attack for each opponent or each dragon type monster on your opponent's side of the field or in their graveyard. So he can get pretty high if you're facing an actual dragon type deck, or when you have Buster Dragon out, all your opponent's cards monsters on the field are dragons, so he gains a boost from that. I run 1 Effect Veiler because he's a tuner. He's a where are if thou target, or a 1/1 target, but you don't really want to use him for that. and he's a hand trap that can negate an opponent's monster's effect until the end of the turn. And then I play 1 Dark Magician because I like the card and because I play Run Dark Paladin. So those are the monsters.
That's pretty neat.
I know, right? I try. Next up are the spells. I play 1 Mask Change because I also play Dark Law, which is... He's really good in this deck because even if you don't have... Well, actually, he's good against pretty much every deck. I forgot to organize these. Next, I play 3 Emblem of the Dragon Destroyer because you want... Not only does it thin the deck down, but you want Buster Blader in your hand. It's kind of necessary. I play 2 Cards of Consonance because this is better in a pinch because you don't really want to discard your tuners. You kind of need them. But if that's your only option, it can save you. Next, I play 2 Chicken Game. You can pay 1,000 life points. Once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points to draw 1 card, have your opponent gain 1,000 life points, or destroy this card. And each player can use that. So it's kind of nice. And the player with the lowest life points doesn't take any damage. Is it damage or battle damage? Oh, just no damage in general. Next, we play Uno 1 for 1 because you can use that to get out any of the tuners, really. And then you can play Where Art Thou, so you don't take the 2,000 damage for not normal summoning. We play 2 Destruction Swordsman Fusion because you don't need 3 because you can easily get this card back from the graveyard by discarding a card. It doesn't even have to be a Destruction Sword card. You can... What is it? Fusion summon 1 fusion monster that lists Buster Blader as material from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or either side of the field as fusion materials. This card is in your graveyard. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Destruction Swordsman Fusion once per turn. So, it's a good card. And then I run 2 Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars. I'm kind of thinking I'll put it at 1 because you only have 5 level 7s and you don't really want to banish them. You want them in the grave so you can get them back. And I play 1 Monarch Stormforth because you don't usually tribute Buster Blader, but it's an option and it's non-targeting, so you can tribute a Dark Destroyer if you want to, or anything else that can't be targeted, which is nice. And then I run 3 Where Art Thou.
Why do you play them at 3?
Because you always want the tuners to your hand. That is... You need the tuners. This deck doesn't run without them. The damage you take... you control a face-up level 1 monster. Add 1 level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, take 2,000 damage if you did not normal summon the added monster or a card with the same name after activating this card. So, what I've done before is I'll 1 for 1 into the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. Special summon him, play 2 Where Art Thou's, and get 2 Buster Whelp to my hand. Normal summon Buster Whelp, get the search off, and I +2 without any damage, so that's why he's at 3. Sorry, I have a cold.
God damn it, ruined the whole video.
Seriously,
Yeah, I
the
know.
whole
Sorry,
entire
guys.
fucking time. You're just coughing.
I'm
like,
hoping-
there's 80% of the fucking videos you coughing.
I'm hoping that eventually our viewers will care about me. They will care that I'm sick.
What?
This is why you have no friends.
What?
Oh.
I play 2 Destruction Sword Flash. It's searchable off for Buster Whelp. If you control a face-up fusion monster that lists Buster Blader as a material, as in the Buster Blader Fusion or Dark Paladin, you can banish all monsters your opponent controls. Doesn't even have to be face-up. It's great. And in the graveyard, if a Buster Blader monster you control is targeted by an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Next, I play 2 Call the Haunted because a lot of times if they destroy your Buster Dragon, you're in a little bit of trouble, and Call of the Haunted can get you out of that. You can target one card in your graveyard, one monster in your graveyard, and special summon it. So most of you already know that. Next, I play one Solemn Strike because it stops. Stops summons, stop effects. It's a great card. Then one Bottomless Trap Hole. When your opponent summons a monster with 1,500 or more attack, destroy that monster or monsters with 1,500 or more attack, and if you do, banish them. And that's really good because a lot of decks don't like to banish.
Be banished.
What?
Correction.
You're correct.
Next, I play one Quaking Mirror Force because you don't want to play normal Mirror Force because the
Cosmos get effects when they go to the graveyard. That way.
Cosmos get effects when they go to the graveyard.
So do Burning Abyss.
Okay, a lot of cards get effects when they go to the graveyard, and the Buster Blade or Fusion cannot attack directly. So you want the cards in defense position. So you can and he has piercing damage, so you just blow right through him. And then play one Storming Mirror Force for basically it's field clearing. It's really nice. When opponent's monster declares an attack, return all attack position monsters your opponent controls to the hand. I've never actually drawn this card, which is kind of weird, but
How many times have you
happens
played
sometimes.
the deck successfully?
Define successfully.
You had really good draws. You were able to make plays. Doesn't matter if you win or lost.
Pretty much every duel since I fixed it.
So it all works out really good for you.
It does. I haven't seen very many consistent Buster Blade or Destruction Sword builds that don't revolve around Pendulum Summoning, and this is actually one of them. I play what?
Oh, nothing.
I play two of the Buster Blader Fusion, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman.
Why just two?
I don't know, you don't really need three. If you get one out, then you're pretty set. One Buster Blader and one Dragon type monster. Must be fusion summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways, which means no Call of the Haunted, which kind of sucks, but like I said, if you get him out, it's hard to kill him. This card cannot attack directly. This card gains 1,000 attack and defense for each Dragon-type monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard, which, with Buster Dragon out, all their monsters are Dragon-type, so that's pretty great. He can get really strong really fast. You change all Dragon-type monsters your opponent controls to defense position. Also, Dragon-type monsters you're in your opponent's possession cannot activate their effects. So, not only are they in defense position, and they can't change that, they are completely helpless because they can't activate their effects either. And like I said, this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So he's a great card. He's kind of broken, but there aren't many consistent builds for this deck. So I played two Dark Paladin. I don't really need two. You can call the Haunted back Dark Magician and make another one, but it's not really necessary. I've never actually gotten into this guy either. Dark Magician and Buster Blader.
He's the guy that fucks up dragons, isn't he?
Buster Blader is the guy.
Yeah.
This guy he has normal Buster Blader's effect, where he gains 500 attack for each Dragon-type monster on the field or in either player's graveyard, which is really nice, because he gains the effect off of your own deck, gains the attack off of your own deck. And during either player's turn, when a spell card is activated, you can discard one card and negate the activation if you do destroy it. This card must be face up on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. And that is not once per turn. You can do that as many times as you want for as many cards you have in your hand. The third and final fusion we play is one Dark Law, because Dark Law is just great. Dark Law stops most decks. Then I play, for the Synchros, I play two Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. He is a really good card. You need one tuner and a Buster Dragon. Well, a tuner and a Dark Dragon type Synchro monster, which is Buster Dragon. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can target one card your opponent controls and negate its effect until the end of this turn. And when he inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can special summon a tuner monster, level 1 tuner monster, or is it just tuner monster? No, you can target one tuner monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. That's really good, because you can get him back that turn and then go into another one. You can only use each of his effects once per turn though, so you only negate one thing per turn. Then I play 3 Buster Dragon, because the reason I play 3 is because I go through them a lot to get into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. This guy you always want in defense position because his attack is only 1200, but his defense is 28. He turns all of your opponent's monsters into dragon type. And once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can target one Destruction Sword monster in your graveyard and equip it to a Buster Blader monster you control. Also, if you don't control a Buster Blader monster, you can special summon one from your graveyard. So he's a really good card. That's why he's part of the deck. Play 1 Scrap Dragon. He's a level 8 Synchro. You can make him with Buster Blader and one of the tuners. Once per turn, you can target.
Motherfucker.
Once per turn, you can target one card you control and one card your opponent controls and destroy them both. And that's the only effect you use. You don't use the second effect in this deck. Then 1 Stardust Dragon, which is sorry. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card or cards on the field, you contribute this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. During the end phase, if this effect was activated this turn and was not negated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. So, he is... I don't run a lot of spell and trap destruction or stopping power, so that's what he's for. That for the XYZs, or XEs, however you want to say it. I know it's XEs, but I don't like saying that. 2 Red Eyes Metal Flare Dragon. It's actually easier than you would think to get him out. Cannot be destroyed by card effects while it has XYZ material. Well, this card has XYZ material. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Eat it immediately after it resolves. That's the only effect you use. What sucks is if you activate Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss's effect and negate it, you don't get the 500 damage to your opponent off of that, it's good and bad. And then I play 1 number 11 Big Guy, because it's not that hard to make him either. Once per turn, you can attach 1 Xyz material and target 1 monster your opponent controls. Take control of that monster. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. And that is the extra deck and the end of the video. So like, subscribe, and comment your opinions below. Things I should add, things I should take out.
Also, tell us what you guys would like to see in future videos. That would also help us out a lot. Tell us some deck profiles you'd want us to do. Tell us even some decks you want to see us play. And yeah, just feel free to say whatever you want. We'll probably reply.
Like, subscribe for more videos.
Peace out.